Operation Epic Fury.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to show you something the mainstream media is desperately trying to suppress right now. Iranians around the world, from the streets of Los Angeles to communities across Canada, are dancing in celebration, chanting "Thank you, Trump," and praising America for doing what 45 years of weak leadership refused to do. This is not death to America. This is thank you, America. The tyrant, Ayatollah Khamenei, is gone, and the Iranian people, the real Iranian people, are telling the world what they actually think of President Donald Trump. But here's what CBS doesn't want their viewers to understand about what happens next. Now, why should you care about celebrations happening halfway around the world? Because this moment exposes everything you've been lied to for decades. You see, the establishment, the deep state, the globalist media complex, they told you that military action in Iran would unite the Iranian people against America. They told you that Donald Trump was reckless, that he would start World War III, that the Middle East would explode in anti-American rage. They lied. You see, they've always lied. And what you're witnessing right now is the complete and total collapse of that narrative. Real Iranians, both inside their country and in exile communities around the world, are thanking President Trump and Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu for liberating them from an Islamic theocracy that has oppressed them for nearly half a century. Now, this matters to you because every prediction the so-called experts made was wrong. Every talking head who told you Trump was dangerous stands exposed as a fraud. And if they lied about this, what else have they lied to you about? Your tax dollars, your children's futures, your national security have been shaped by these same incompetent voices. Today, history proves them wrong and proves America first right. And speaking of national security, there is a developing story out of Washington right now that connects directly to what we are covering. It's one the legacy media absolutely does not want you to see. As Iran destabilizes across the Middle East, the federal government just made a critical move that could reshape America's entire security posture. And here's the truth they don't want you to know. Nuclear submarines, our warheads, our next generation power grid, all of it depends on uranium. And right now we import almost every single pound of it from foreign nations. This is not just about energy independence anymore, folks. This is about survival, because a nation that cannot power its own military does not remain a sovereign nation for long. That's why smart investors are watching this in a uranium company position to make a shift. And I'm talking about Atomic Minerals, trading as ATMMF in the US and ATOM in Canada. These are the kinds of strategic assets that could matter enormously as America rebuilds its domestic supply chain. The government knows this, and now you know it too. So make sure you check out the full briefing that's been prepared for you below this video. And I'm going to tell you about a moment a CBS reporter went completely off script and told the truth about what's really happening, because you're not going to believe this. A mainstream media reporter actually defied orders from network executives to show you the real story. A CBS correspondent in Austin was told to ignore the massive outpouring of support for President Trump's decisive action against the Iranian regime. And you know what he said? Quote, "They don't want us to focus on this." All right, well, I am. And that's how you do journalism, folks. That's the reporter remembering who they actually work for, the American people, not the Democrat Party narrative machine anymore. Take a look at some of this footage as Iranians celebrate Khamenei's fall. Thank you, President Trump. These are the headlines. Iranian monarchists are doing the Trump dance all around the world. This is happening all over the world, my friends. They are thanking President Donald Trump, the Trump dance, all over the world. The global celebration isn't just happening on the ground. We're seeing dramatic military developments unfold simultaneously. Have you seen this video showing locals approaching one of our F-15 pilots who had to eject over Kuwait? The footage, unbelievable. When I first saw it come across the desk, I said, this is this is like a scene from a movie. Watch this.
You're fine? Really? You need something to help you? No problem, you're safe. You're safe, you're safe. Everything good? No problem. Thank you for helping us. Everything perfect?
Look at that. One of our own pilots. I mean, I get choked up thinking about, the sacrifices these people are making and the fact that they were approached with humanity and respect and dignity. That's because President Trump demands this on the world stage. Everybody sees it. Everybody knows it. Where rescue operations, they continue in the field. Major news networks are capturing the unprecedented shift in Iranian public sentiment. CBS reports on the reactions of the Iranian people. It's not death to Israel and death to America. It's thank you and a new day dawning. It's the Iranian people that have been telling me over and over and over again, we want this. This is CBS News.
The Iranian people, what are you hearing from them tonight? We know they're celebrating. What's the feeling?
It's an incredible dissonance that they had to choose war over a regime, but they were willing to do it. Thank you, Donald Trump. Thank you, Benjamin Netanyahu. Thank you, America. It's not death to America after they killed the leader. The Americans and the Israelis did it. It's not death to Israel and death to America. It's thank you. It's a new day dawning, but very early days. Very, very early days. So we'll have to see what comes. But it's the Iranian people that have been telling me over and over and over again, we want this. We're not regimists. We're not Islamic. I don't even say, oh my God, to my Iranian friends because they don't want God to be any part of this.
Yeah, not quite the narrative that CBS wants to be broadcasting, but it made it out over the airwaves. The mainstream media can't ignore the story. Some journalists are shocked by what they're witnessing. 60 Minutes showed this on the air tonight.
What is your message to President Trump?
My message to President Trump is that I'm here to echo and join millions of my compatriots inside and outside of Iran to thank him for having done and having the courage to do what is not easy, but intervene. And he will go down in the annals of Iranian history as the most celebrated foreign leader that changed the ball game and changed the world as a result.
In January, President Trump said this about you, quote, "He seems very nice, but I don't know how he'd play within his own country. I don't know whether or not his country would accept his leadership. And certainly if they would, that would be fine with me." You don't seem to have President Trump's wholehearted support.
Well, first of all, I don't think that somebody in my position will ever expect to have an official endorsement of a foreign government or a foreign leader. What I do know now is that millions of Iranians inside Iran and outside of Iran are calling my name. They recognize in me the person uniquely placed to play a role of transitional leadership. Not running for office, because that's not what I'm doing, but to be a bridge to that destiny.
A bridge to that destiny. That's 60 Minutes. President Trump will go down in the annals of Iranian history as the most celebrated leader, foreign leader that changed the ball game. Reza Pahlavi, a leader of the Iranian opposition to the Islamic Republic. And the celebrations have spread far beyond Iran's borders, with Iranian diaspora communities worldwide joining in the festivities. An unbelievable sight. Look at how many Canadians are celebrating the elimination of the Ayatollah. Incredible. Here's some video from Canada. Look, thousands of people. Thousands and thousands of people. A very different scene. I mean, I'm reminded just months ago we would see radical leftists waving Palestinian flags and camping out in campuses. And now we're seeing Israeli flags and Iranian flags, people celebrating President Trump. A sea change is happening in the world. From street celebrations to aerial displays, the gratitude towards Trump is being expressed in every way possible. Large crowds seen dancing in the streets of Los Angeles to President Trump's signature YMCA. Streets of Los Angeles erupting in celebration. The mainstream media coverage is so striking that even their own reporters are making headlines for their honest reporting. Look at this flyover of the city of Los Angeles. Thank you, Trump, from the Iranian people. Look at this image. You know, flyovers, people taking planes and hanging banners. But perhaps the most powerful moment came when one local reporter refused to be silenced by network executives. This was in Austin, Texas, a CBS reporter being praised nationwide for refusing to follow orders from a higher up to ignore massive support for Trump and Israel obliterating Khamenei. Watch this. You may have seen this, but this is just a remarkable moment of journalism. Refusing the network executives. They don't want us to focus on this. Well, all right, well, I am. And that is exactly how you do it. So do you understand what we're witnessing right now? This is the complete destruction of 40 years of foreign policy establishment consensus. Every think tank, every State Department bureaucrat, every CNN analyst who told you that America couldn't act decisively in Iran has been proven catastrophically wrong. The Iranian people don't hate America. They never hated America. They hated the regime that America's weak leaders allowed to persist. President Trump understood what the so-called experts refused to accept, that the Iranian people were prisoners and not enemies. And when given the choice between their oppressors and their liberators, what do? They chose freedom. They chose Trump. This is what America First foreign policy delivers: victory abroad and vindication at home. So what we're witnessing right now is nothing less than a historic realignment in the Middle East. It's happening because America finally has a president who leads from strength instead of weakness. The mainstream media will try to spin this. They'll try to find the negatives. They'll platform every critic that they can find, but they cannot suppress the videos. They cannot silence the celebrations. They cannot hide the banners flying over Los Angeles or the crowds dancing in the streets. The truth is out there for everyone to see. President Trump has done what no one else could do. The Iranian people are thanking him for it. So I want to ask you a simple question. Did the establishment experts get it wrong again? Drop your answer in the comments below. If the story moved you, if you want to see more real journalism the mainstream media refuses to show, hit that subscribe button. Share this video with everybody you know. And don't forget to check out the Next News merch shop. You'll find it linked below this video, and show your support for independent conservative media. This is history unfolding, and you're watching it here first. I'm Gary Franchi. Stay informed and stay free.
The system controls information. Information control is power. They don't want you to see this. The truth only survives together. They don't want this shared. Share this now.